Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we're going to uncover something literally mind-bending. Right now, at this exact second, there's an invisible, microscopic clock ticking inside almost every single cell of your body. And I'm not just using a metaphor here, it is a literal biological countdown. Silently and relentlessly, it's tracking the exact moment your cellular machinery is going to start breaking down and your youth begins to fade.
So it makes you wonder, what if aging isn't an accident? For centuries, human beings kind of just assumed that getting older was the inevitable wear and tear of time, right? Like a car engine slowly rusting out over decades of heavy use. We thought it was just a natural side effect of living. But modern biology has figured out that this assumption is fundamentally wrong. Aging isn't an accident at all. It's actually a highly specific program sequence hidden at the very edges of your DNA. It's quite literally built into the system.
Let's dive into exactly how this works with Section 1, the biological countdown.
Which brings us to Section 2, the shoelace secret. If we zoom all the way in, past your organs, past your tissues, and deep into the nucleus of your cells, we find these fascinating structures called telomeres. Basically, these are protective shields made up of repetitive genetic code, and they sit right at the caps of your chromosomes. You can think of them as the ultimate guardians of your genetic blueprint. As long as these telomere shields are long and healthy, your core DNA stays completely protected, and your cells remain vibrant, youthful, and powerful. To really picture this, think about a normal pair of shoelaces. You know those little plastic caps at the ends, the aglets, that stop the laces from fraying and turning into a messy string? Well, your DNA has something exactly like that. Those are your telomeres. Just like the plastic caps keep your shoelaces intact, healthy telomeres keep your DNA from fraying. Without them, your genetic code would literally unravel. No way around it.
Now for the catch. In Section 3, the cost of cell division.
Here's the thing. Every single time your cells divide, whether that's to heal a paper cut on your finger, grow new muscle after a tough workout, or just replace naturally dead skin tissue, your cellular machinery has to copy your DNA. But it's an imperfect system. It actually can't copy the entire length perfectly. A tiny piece is left behind, which means with every single cell division, your telomeres shrink just a little bit.
So, snip by snip, year by year, the caps on your biological shoelaces burn away. You're essentially paying a microscopic tax just for the privilege of staying alive and healing. This physical shrinking of your protective caps isn't just something associated with getting older. It is the true physical manifestation of aging on a microscopic level.
And that leads to a pretty dark turn in Section 4, attack of zombie cells. Eventually, your body hits this critical threshold. The telomeres get so dangerously short that if the cell divided even one more time, it would risk catastrophic damage to the core DNA itself. When a cell hits this threshold, it enters a state called senescence. Basically, it refuses to die, but it also refuses to work. It totally locks itself down, becoming a literal biological zombie inside your body.
And these zombie cells, they aren't just sitting there taking up space. They pile up as you get older, and they actively release toxic, inflammatory signals into your system. These toxins damage the surrounding healthy cells that are just trying to do their jobs. Ultimately, this whole cascading effect of zombie cell inflammation is what causes all those visible and invisible signs of aging. It's what causes your skin to wrinkle, it triggers memory loss in your brain, and it drives the overall breakdown of your physical body.
But before we lose all hope, let's look at Section 5, slowing your biological clock.
Science has actually made this incredibly empowering discovery. The speed of your biological ticking clock is heavily influenced by the environment you create for your cells. Certain lifestyle choices act like gasoline on a fire. Chronic stress, a poor diet, and sleep deprivation, they actively accelerate the burning of your telomeres. But on the flip side, things like intense exercise, deep sleep, and proper nutrition act as repair bots. They don't just stop the burning, they actually trigger a repair mechanism inside you.
By adopting those healthy habits, you activate a dormant enzyme called telomerase. This enzyme is basically your own personal microscopic repair bot that goes in and physically rebuilds and lengthens those protective telomere caps. It literally adds the plastic back onto the tips of your biological shoelaces. How cool is that?
So look, you cannot stop the clock completely. None of us can. But you absolutely have the power to decide how fast it ticks. Your daily lifestyle choices, how you eat, how you move, and how you sleep, they directly control the machinery of your cells. You are entirely in the driver's seat of your own aging process.
Knowing that you hold the power to fuel those microscopic repair bots, Knowing that every single choice you make either pours gasoline on the fire or rebuilds your biological shields, I've got to leave you with this one question to think about. How fast is your clock ticking?